Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Ren. I got a video today from MTR. He did one on passport bros. You know me, I love covering when all my creators specifically talk about passport bros. So please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. And let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
I've been seeing a lot of these passport bros video going around where American women are getting kind of upset that men are leaving America to find their woman. They go to places where women speak a little English, no education whatsoever. However, that's not the reason. The reason why men do that is because the women out there are loving, caring, nourishing, feminine, and the food top notch. So
I do love Asian food.
it's like essentially what a man wants. Chinese, I'm from Hong Kong. We do shit on men a lot. We are bossy. However, we do been praising them when they're being an excellent man. Versus, I've seen a lot of women in America, they will be like, as he should.
Entitlement.
You see the difference? Like, that's just very ungrateful. Men are really easy to please. Just
really easy.
Give him his time and space.
Peace, baby.
Be his peace of mind
There it is.
instead of a headache when he come home.
Boom.
Respect him. Appreciate him. Let him lead. Trust him. Believe
It's that simple. It really is.
in him. I'm very traditional, and maybe some women are not like that and they don't like that, which is fine. Do whatever that works well for you. And what I've been doing has been working very, very well for me. That's why I'm just, sharing a little secret. It's so simple, but it seems like a lot of women don't understand that. Don't get me wrong, you can be an excellent woman, and once in a while you still run into some assholes, right?
This is correct.
So again, go where you're respected.
Boom.
If it's not working out, leave and go where you're respected.
Oh.
And keep doing you.
Logic.
Be a good woman.
Tell him.
You will find a man, for sure.
How much should a guy earn for you to date him? Over.
And this is what I was talking about, my Asian community. My Asian community is probably one of the most fit communities, or at least used to be. You know how many overweight Asian chicks out there are now? That's most of the women I see out there that are Asian nowadays are somewhat overweight. So, yeah, Asians are picking up the mantle that the African American women, black women, are doing.
500k, close to $1 million. If he doesn't, I'm not gonna say yes. Do you hear?
She can barely speak without sounding like she's having trouble breathing. But yet, it has to be a 500k man, or they can't even speak with her or take her out. Yeah.
Hear me? How much should the guy pay for the engagement ring? He needs to pay again. 500. He gets
And how aggressive she is. She's like, yeah, you gotta give me this shit.
paid every year. 500. He saves up towards the ring. If he doesn't, he's gonna get a no, and it's gonna be embarrassing.
Get that French toast out of here.
So men are saying they're getting their passport
Because in America, women hate all men.
They say that they're tired trying to find a woman in the United States where women say, I don't need a man, go away.
The whole independent woman thing is really a U.S. thing.
And then the women are mad. The same women who hate men and are feminists are mad that the men went to where they're respected.
and instead of looking in the mirror and asking ourselves if we would make great wives, we would much rather shame them.
They are not going over there to grape and conquer.
Ma'am, if you're not fit, feminine, or friendly, then you're not what these men want.
The women in other countries, such as DR and Thailand, it's just culturally the norm for a woman to be cooking, for a woman to take care of her man.
And they are happy. They are happy to do it. They don't feel like it's slavery. They don't feel like we're taking advantage of them. They don't feel these feelings that most modern women feel, right? They understand and they're happy to do so.
Bro, you're not her date, you're her content. Leave.
At one time,
Right.
we thought Will Smith and Jada was Shaq and Kobe. Just on some, red carpet, let's get this money type shit. But how Jada Pinkett Smith movement, it don't make you want to really be that close with a woman.
Facts.
No,
It'll really make
it
you
really doesn't.
Not reconsider, reconsider. after being married.
Reconsider.
Yeah.
Damn, baby. You talking about so much personal business. What's your credit score? What's your beacon score? We don't believe you was worth 50 million.
Huh?
Now, show it to us. Prove it to us. We don't believe this shit. Now, show us. Will, go home, Will.
Oh.
Go home, Will. They called me Will growing up. Will, come on, Will. Make her go open you a moon pie.
Go home, Will. Reconsider, make a man not reconsider. Just imagine for a second that your privacy as a man is consistently disrespected. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Shout out to Rick Ross.
How do y'all feel?
No, I agree. I'm a pretty private guy. I do share stories a lot with you guys, my audience, but like when it comes to dating or anything, I don't share too much. Like I don't like I tell them I do. I edit videos and take care of videos, but I hardly ever tell them I actually do YouTube.
About a man who goes overseas to find other women, a passport bro. Do you think it diminishes the quality of that man? A man who go overseas instead of staying in America because they find a more traditional woman.
I don't care. My brother wants to do that.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
romantic. Like I think if you do that, you really care. Like I mean, I don't really. That's fine. I think it's because he's looking for something real, like true love. Yeah. Like if a man came up on a boat, fucking sailed towards me from overseas.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
I'd be like, oh my god.
Like imagine a man's like, I traveled overseas to find a.
Right? Look at how these women are talking. Now imagine a woman that is overseas and how they would truly think about it. Oh, this man came all the way overseas to date me and like to look for someone like me and wants to date me and wants to marry me. How grateful would a person be? Quite grateful.
A woman like you. Like, yeah, that is good.
This is the first time I've seen women out on the street defend the passport bros. Ironically enough, though, these are the same types of women that Western men are fleeing the Western world from. Living out their roaring 20s, scantily clad, half tipsy, and when they're ready to retire, they're ready for a good man. Effectively trying to present later on in life like a Lamborghini, but that Lamborghini has been involved in some dirty rally car races. Gentlemen, listen to me. You need to take care of yourself. And one thing that most guys regret later on in life is not taking care of their skin earlier. That's why I'm super excited to have Tease Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. Tease Hanley is all about making skincare. Your future self will thank you.
So how much money should a guy make per year?
500,000.
500,000?
Yes.
In a year?
Yes, in a year.
Are you being like serious?
No, I made myself clear. He got to make more than me.
How much money do you make?
300K.
Doing what?
Selling my underwear on Sophia Gray.
Girl, I wish I could make 300K just selling my underwear. Goddamn.
You make 300K?
Yes.
What? Yeah, you're pushing P.
I'm pushing P.
Literally.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
Well, since I'm a dentist, he has to make either equal or more. Over 100,000. I mean, he needs to take me to nice restaurants. That's all I care about, so.
Okay, see that? She's a dentist. I can somewhat understand her wanting up another professional. It's okay. I can get that. It's not as outrageous as like a McDonald's girl's expecting a doctor or something. So.
How tall does it need to be?
I'm 5 foot, so over 5 foot. 6 foot, I can't do anything less.
I'm too short?
Well, are you a good
See, the shorter dentist woman is actually pretty reasonable. You know, just someone that's taller than her and someone that makes 100K. Not 6 foot 100K, six pack or anything. I do agree the 100K is pretty high in there, but she makes that much money. You can't fault her too much for it. But yes, it's her. I mean, it is what it is.
quality person? Like,
what do you think? Take a look.
I don't. Take me out first. I mean, come on.
You're gonna take me out. How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
As long as you have a job. As long as you're employed.
All right, he's employed making $10,000 a year.
Okay, that's a problem. Black American Express card for sure.
If he doesn't have one, he's not valid.
Do you even know what it takes to get a Black American Express card? You need to have a net worth of 2 million plus. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, get your credit score up.
How tall does it need to be?
You see I'm a short person? So
It has nothing to do with credit, you whores. Like, I hate this. Like, no. It has to do with your net worth is when they're going to give you that card. It has nothing to do with your actual credit score. Like, if you're worth $10 million with shitty credit, you're still probably going to get a fucking American Express Black card. Like, come on.
everybody's taller than me. But I think minimum 5'7", 5'8". Right? That's a valid.
If there's nothing on this finger, cold. Here, if this finger's naked, no one gets claimed. You don't get claimed. You don't get claimed.
See, it's weird because I was told that Europe wears their ring on on the other finger. So how would you know if that person's married nowadays if they have it on the different fingers? You know, like how would you know if they're European or not? I think that's what I was told. I didn't know that they wore it on the right finger too.
Until you claim me. Period. I can't do that. So if you're not serious, don't even open your mouth. Shake my hand and keep it moving. Because I'm looking for, I've accomplished so much in my life, and right now, I just want someone to share it.
The post-wall realization. Now that they're serious about relationship and or marriage. Meanwhile, when they were the highest value, They didn't think like this.
Nope.
They utilized that time to experience worldly activities, to be sexually liberated. And no matter how much they want their accomplishments to override the value that they've lost. And when I say value, it's how a man places them from a value perspective in the economic dating marketplace. They must understand that the career accomplishments don't mean shit. Proof again that the modern Western woman today has absolutely no idea what men are looking for.
Nope.
You focused on your career. You focused on dealing with the wrong dudes, the wrong guys in your youth. You did not prioritize marriage in your youth because you wanted to live a different kind of life. You wanted to eat sushi and travel and this and that and cool. You wanted to do all that. And then you wanted to turn around at 30 years old or at 35 years old with your frozen ass eggs and everything else. And you wanted to turn to the market and you wanted to pick an investment banker. You wanted an investment banker to be there, still pining for you like he did back in college when you were the shit. You wanted to date whoever you dated, do whatever you did, and then you wanted to turn back around to the market on your terms, on your time frame, and get the kind of man you thought you deserved, and then have that man get on your program. Disney can't make this stuff up.
Nope. Listen, in the West, our cultural standard is that women are taught that they deserve it all. They're entitled to the best men and that they should always be treated like princesses. Whereas in the East, women are more so treated to be a man's support system, while also not prioritizing being materialistic. But even so, with the power of the dollar in the US in comparison to other countries, no wonder why so many men are going abroad.
Yep.
At the end of the day, men want to go
Passport
where we are
bros.
desired, not tolerated.
American men looking for traditional wives in Asia.
How do you feel about guys who specifically like the way Asian women look? They come here thinking, I'll have a better chance of finding a wife here just because there's more Korean women. Do you think that's a bad thing?
No, because personally, I find Western men more attractive.
Stop me if I mess up, but in the West, it's definitely, we look at Asian women as more
You
traditional.
know, it's funny when I get comments down below how they were saying that I should, be working on my own race of culture, Asians, and fixing my own problems of Asian women dating white men. How is that my problem? It's their choice. As if I want to date an Asian woman, and most of you guys want to date Asian women. Like there, as long as Asian women aren't trashing Asian men to the degree that they are. Black women are trashing black men, which is starting to get there. But if they are just choosing to be with white men or other races, there's nothing wrong with that. People get to choose whoever the fuck they want to be. It doesn't matter what race or creed. It's okay. But it's understandable when people tend to choose people of their own creed and color, which is perfectly fine too. Like, people are so, it's okay for women to have their own preferences. It's okay for men to have their own preferences. Even if it's delusional preferences on the women's side, just let them have it. It's okay. If they don't want to date Asian men, sucks to be an Asian man. It's okay. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to make, Chang Nation makes a lot of content about lose and, Asian women not wanting to date Asian men and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't do anything about that. It's the preferences and how they were raised and the things that they see at value to them. It's okay. As an Asian man, I'm not upset at that. I think it sucks, but it's their preference. It's just like us, black men choosing to want to date Asian women. Black women shouldn't be upset at that. It's their choice. It's the choices that people are making. Give it to them. It's okay.
They're a little bit more reserved. And I can see that out in Korea. There's not a lot of crop tops. There's not a lot of revealing of your body.
In Korea,
no. The West. They have a great reputation.
Well, I would assume if you go to Gundam area, it'd be a lot more westernized women and a lot more scantily clad women.
Treating their men good. They make great wives because they
We will prioritize.
Yeah, exactly. And they're normally more short.
It's funny because I don't think a lot of Korean men would agree with this. Out of most of the Asian countries, South Korea and Japan are probably one of the most westernized of the Asian countries. Japan is a little bit more different because they are so secluded and they're very to themselves. But South Korea is very open, and most of the women there are starting to be very materialistic and very into, South Korea is already super into plastic surgery and stuff already. So when you meet Korean women, you don't really know if that's how they truly look, or is it through plastic surgery.
Short, the normally shorter Asian women, dark hair,
yeah.
petite, dark eyes. That's what we feel about Asian women. So would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree too.
I think so, yeah.
Americans will be upset if I clip this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Now you say it, and I think about it, because I have
why are you mad at the
lived in the UK, and
truth?
I have, international friends, Western girlfriends and Korean girlfriends. And yeah, there is a clear difference. Nothing which is good, like better or worse. It's different. Like you said, Korean girls tend to be less individualistic. It's just individualism versus collectivism.
Yep.
If you're into petite girls who are short, dark hair, traditional, I think going to Asia to find a wife, it's one of the most important decisions of your life.
Yep.
Like picking your life partner is not something you can just have someone bully you into not making the choice that's best for you.
Right.
Which I think is what's
Don't have
happening.
women shame you
American
guys.
women are trying to bully American men to not leave, to maybe find their, super important to find a good wife.
Yes, I have an accent because I ain't from here. I was born in Thailand.
Peep the caption. This is why we as passport bros tell other men to not bring women back here to the States, because they absorb the culture. She thinks that this shit is mega attractive.
I did
and
a
looking
video
at
on
the
this one
amount of
before.
likes and views, the data seems to agree with her.
And I grew up in Georgia for a decade, and then I fucking moved to Nebraska. Ain't she over there, by the way? How the hell y'all gonna tell me how I'm supposed to sound like?
So disrespectful.
You want me to speak in broken English, bitch? The fuck?
Foul mouth, masculine as hell, with a giant ego. And it's wildly unfortunate because she's cute, but
She
only
is.
men that are looking for headaches would be attracted to something like this.
Man, that was some good ass chow. Shout out to the brother MTR, Passport Bros. We're killing it. We're killing it. I think a lot of Passport Bros, a lot of Passport men are living that life, are experiencing a lot of things that we're talking about. The culture, the difference, how men are treated, and how men are viewed just different. And the authority that men have over women and just over your own self in other countries is a little bit different too. So again, never take our advices like face facts kind of thing. Do your own research, look at other people's content, see if they all agree, see if everything kind of points to the way that you're thinking about, right? Remember, don't just blindly follow people. I'm not one to follow. MTR may be one to follow. The Godfather himself may be one to follow, but none of us have ever really said follow us, and we're you have to do what we tell you guys to do. We're just giving you guys playbooks and suggestions, and just through our own life experiences. So you guys make your decision yourself of what you want to do with your future. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.